California were in San Diego area 3 years ago or so because of fires. What happens is people have forgotten the ecology of the state. They have forgotten this is a fire-adapted state. When you live in a fire-adapted state, you respect the power of fire to play with the ecology. It plays with it. It feeds on dry grasses. The trees love the fire because that releases the seeds in the ground. And then they burst. So that's the cycle. So when you know that, you know how to keep yourself safe and how to create your environment in a way that is not disruptive to you and to the environment around. So knowing is where it starts. And what to know about. If you look at trees in our house optimizing energy, you look at what do trees provide? They provide shade, they provide cooling, they provide other things. If you have fruit trees, they provide that. But from that perspective of shade and cooling, in our climate, in most of the US, when do you want cooling? When it's hot, summers. When do you want warmth? When it's warm in winter. I went to Zion National Park. They have a beautiful visitor center. They have used so many cool little features. They have trees in all the right places. They have a passive solar design, which they have large awnings to shade the summer sun, and they have south-facing windows to bring in the winter sun. So it's like giving a cold shoulder to the summer sun and a warm embrace to the summer sun. Have you ever noticed how the sun rises in summer and when it, like how it moves in summer and how it moves in winter? In winter, it doesn't rise as high. Not just that. If you were to take a geography class or something along those lines, you'll notice the trajectory of the sun, it actually does not rise exactly in the east and does not set exactly in the west most of the year. In LA, it would rise, let's say, in the summer equinox that just happened in June. It would rise north of east and go north of west. So if you were looking east, the sun would rise north of east. And how many degrees, that's also measurement. Same thing with the north of west, it would set. So the window of the summer sun is between east and that. That's when you'll only get sun during the summer. Same thing about winter, the sun would rise so many degrees south. And it depends on the latitude. It's exactly a measurement, the difference between the equator and your latitude. So to do a house that's designed with that in mind, all you need to know is where the summer sun is going to be in that window. And you create trees there. And you give a cold shoulder to the summer sun. And everything else, you want sunlight in, you give a warm embrace to the winter sun.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
My parents were building a house.
Yeah.
And they said that the puja room in the house, the murtis have to be facing a certain direction. What is the reason for it?
I'm not religious here. That's
I will
Shramiji.
answer that question.
Yeah.
I'm Sadhguru.
Oh, sorry.
Shalaji.
Maybe a few words of introduction. Shalaji, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and wonderful
Yeah,
project?
so what is the time? Should we start our session now?
This is ecology in daily life. And
Your session is
time,
next.
Yeah, okay.
Can I give you the microphone?
Just the question, if you can answer that quick question, and then
Yeah,
we can.
repeat my question.
The question is, my parents were building a house and they said that the murtis in our puja room have to be facing a certain direction. I forget what it was. But what is the reason? What is the reason?
Because sun rises in the east in the morning, and to see sun in the morning time, it's very refreshing and very welcoming for you. There's not a huge astronomical or religious reason for that, but it's just the vibration, the waves you get, the energy you get, that's very important. So if the murtis are facing, like if you're facing towards east, and the murti is on that side, I think in the morning when you go to the temple, you're facing the sun and you feel very fresh and good at that time. And even the north directions are good because all the equal realms during the nights of Mahavir, it was in the northeast direction. So basically connected with the sun. And you don't want to start with your day with kind of darkness. freshness and sunlight.